Hey guys, welcome back to SudokuManiacs. So today we are going to take a pause or a break, short one-day break from our series on the solving techniques of classic Sudokus because we have received a request from one of our patrons, Mrs. Poonam Gandhi, asking us to cover this specific Sudoku. Now this Sudoku is part of the upcoming weekend competition at Logic Masters India website. And let me tell you, do not let go of this chance to take part in this contest because Logic Masters India hosts a Sudoku competition nearly every month, and some of the best authors around the world co-author and set the puzzles. So it's a wonderful opportunity to see the variety of Sudokus with world-class themes and settings. So do not give it a miss. The link to the contest is there in the description of the video. And if you have not registered, I would suggest you go register on the website and make sure you take part in this. All right. So this Sudoku is basically known as a three in a crowd Sudoku. The rules of classic Sudoku apply, but additionally, we have a set of triplets given outside the grid in all the four directions. What it means is these three digits have to be placed in the first three cells that are visible from that direction. So for example, I have 1, 8 and 2 on the left of box 1 and the row 1 that is. So they have to be placed in the first three cells, right? However, there's a catch. Exactly one of these three digits is incorrect. What it means is only two digits will be there in the first row, and we have to determine which is the incorrect digit. And for each such triplet, there is one incorrect digit. And most importantly, on the left side, I have nine triplets, right? So basically, there are nine incorrect digits, and each of these is unique. That is 1 to 9. All the digits will be eliminated once, and this applies to all the triplets in all the four directions. That is the top, bottom, left, and right. So, how do we normally approach? Sorry, what I normally do is I color code the digits when I'm solving online, or if it's on paper, I strike out the digit that cannot be placed and I circle the digit that can be placed. But here online, I color code the possible correct digits in green and the incorrect ones as gray. So the first thing that I notice is on the left side. Let's start from the left. I in row 2 and 3, there is a repetition of 5 and 7. Now, since all these six digits correspond to these six cells, which are part of the same box, right? And I cannot have two sevens in the same box, neither can I have two fives. So, only one of these will be correct and the other will be false. But we don't know which one will be correct and false. But what it tells us is the third 7 and 5 will be correct. Because once I have eliminated a 7, I cannot repeat that digit in the elimination, right? All eliminated digits are different. Hence, I know for sure these two will be correct. And similarly, in the bottom two rows, 8 and 9 are repeating in a similar manner, which means this 8 and this 9 have to be true, right? Now, initially, you will be spending a lot of time eliminating the possibilities, so do not be in a rush to put the digits in the grid. The next thing that I notice is if this 9 is true, and so it will be locked in row 4 here. So this 9 has to be false, correct? Because I can't have two 9s in the same row. So that makes these two as true and these 9s become true, correct? Similarly, this 7 was true. So this will be a false because again I can't have two 7s, which means these 1 and 3 are true. This 7 is true, this is true, which makes this 8 and 5 as false, correct? So we got a 8 false. So this is a true, this is a true 8, true and true, right? Now, take a look at row 6. We have 1 and 4 here. We have 1 and 4 also part on the both opposite directions. Now when we have two digits on the opposite ends of the same row or column, you can be assured that each one of them will be eliminated once. So if 1 is the correct one here, it will be eliminated from here, and that would make this 4 as a false and this would become a correct. The reason I'm saying this is, hypothetically assume that this 6 is the incorrect one. Alright, hypothetically, which makes both of these as true, right? So 1 and 4 will be logged in row 6 in box 6. So when I come here to the opposite side, 1 and 4 both will have to be eliminated because I can't have both the digits repeating. But as we said, only one digit in the triplet is incorrect, not both. So in such a scenario, if 1 is wrong here, the 4 will be wrong on the opposite side. How does that help us? What that means is, since the elimination is going to be between 1 and 4, the 6 has to be the correct digit, right? Good. Now what? Hmm. 1, 4. Okay, out of these two, we got this 2 correct. Okay, column 7. The same scenario with 1 and 4, we encounter with 1 and 6 here. What that means again, this 9 is correct, this 5 is correct. And now we are in a position to place a first digit. This 9 has to be in box 3 for column 7, but this 9 also has to be in box 3 for row 1. So the 9 has to be placed here. Similarly, this 5 pushes the 5 here. And since we got 5 and 8 both as correct, this is the incorrect 2, which makes this the correct digit. Right? So the 2 has to be here. What next? 6, 3, 9 got eliminated. This was a 6 and a 3. Alright. This 3 was the correct 3, right? So on the opposite side, this will be an incorrect 3, which makes the other 3's as true. And this 2 also is a true one. So I have 2, 7 logged here. Now again, we had the 8 and 9 repeating. So here either 8, one of these two will be wrong in the bottom two rows. What that means is the 6 will always be correct. Because if this was an incorrect digit, 8 and 9 both are placed in row 9, that would eliminate both 8 and 9 from row 8, which is just not possible. Correct? So this 6 has to be a true 6. And this 3, 9 is true, which makes this as a false one. So this is a true. This again 4 will be true. Based on the same principle of 8 and 9, we apply that to 5 and 7 here. So one of these 4 has to be incorrect. Alright, this 9 of row 9 is true for box 9. Correct? So this will be false, this will be false. Because this is a true and this would be a true. Correct? Now what next? So 6 and 8, 3 and 9, 2, 7. Okay, let's look at this. 6 in box 4. It cannot be in row 4. It cannot be in row 6 because for row 6 it is logged in box 6. Hence this will be my triplet of 2, 6, 7. Sorry. 267, 267 and 267. Now one of this 1 4 will have to go up, alright, which means the 8 also will be part of this. Right. Now, tricky one. Right. Oh yes. Now 1 for box 6 is logged in row 5, right? Which means this one has to be false. Which makes this 4 a true. This one is true. Correct? So if this 4 is true, this will be false and this one will be true. So we eliminate this 4 and then we have this 4 also, which is true. Good so far? Now again, so 1 5 for row 6 is logged here and this is 3 9 3 9. So the missing are 4 and 8. But 4 cannot be part of row 6, correct? So 4 has to be here and 8 will be part of row 6 in box 4. Now that we have got a set of triplets, but what next? Now, when I look at this 158 and I look at the top of column 1, that again is 158. Now what it means is one of these is incorrect and the other two will be in column 1. Now whichever those two are, third digit will be in row 6 column 1. For example, if this was 1 5 with the 8 eliminated, this would become your 8, correct? Vice versa, if any other two digits of these three are placed, so basically the two digits here and the third one at row 6 column 1 will form a triplet. Now we don't know which of these three will house 2 of 158, correct? I mean, I just placed them there for example, just to elaborate on it. So 2 of them will be in these three and the third one here. That gets a triplet. What that means is the digit 5 will not be part of these three cells, correct? And if that's not part of this, then this 5 has to be incorrect, which makes this 5 is true, this 4 and 6 are true ones, correct? And just like the 5 and 9, 4 4, this will be a 4, this will be a 6. So let's eliminate the 6 and the 4 from here. Good. Now what next? Now this 9 was correct, which means one of these two is wrong, right? But when I look at the exact opposite ends, again I have a pair of 9s there. So again, if this is true, this will be false, this will become a true. But if this is true, this will become a false and this will be true. So exactly 1 9 at the opposite end also will be true and the other will be false. And what that means is the third 9 has to be true. So we can safely go ahead and place a 9 here. And with the 9 placed there, the 7 has to be part of these two, correct? Good. But when I look at column 9 from the bottom direction, I have 9 7 2. So obviously the 7 cannot be placed in these two. So 7 has to be the incorrect digit, which makes 2 the correct one and these two 7s as the correct digits, right? So 2 2 gives me a 2 here. So we're making some good progress there. Now What next? So this is a 7. 7 will be locked in these two. So I can eliminate the 7 from here. Now 276, 158. What can come here? 1 not possible because the 158 triplet is there. 2 is not possible. 3 is possible. 4, 5 no, 6 no, 7 no, 8 no. Okay, so we got a 3-9 pair. Correct? Now from this 1 and 3, one of them will be true. Now where do we go? This 7 also can be placed here. The 5 is true, so this has to be a 5 here. One of these 9s is correct. Okay. Yes, sir. Again, just like we did for the 9s, look at these 6s. We have 2 6s here and 2 6s here, which again means one will be true, one will be false, because the third 6 here is a true one, right? So irrespective of which one is correct and which one is wrong, this 6 has to be correct. So 6, 6, that gives me a 6 here. I eliminate the 6, I get a 2. So that's 2 and a 7. Yes, sir. And now that I've got a 2 in row 5, column 2, what it means is this 2 has to be incorrect because it cannot be placed in rows. So I got my other two 2's as correct. This is a correct 4. So with 4 and 4, this has to be a 4. Right? Now this 7, and there's a pair of 3, 9, right? So 7 and 9 cannot be in these 3. And 7 and 9 are logged in box 3 in row 1. So they cannot be here. So I get a pair of 7, 9 here. Now what does that mean? That means the 7 and 9 are the correct ones. This 3 is a false, which makes the other 3 as the true ones. Correct? And with the 5 locked here in box 8 for column 4, this 5 has to be incorrect. So this 4 is a true 4. This is a false 4 because I got 2 pluses. So let's mark it out. And this 5 and this 5 are the correct ones. Right? Now, 3 cannot be in column 1. 3 cannot be in column 3 because that has to be the incorrect number. So this has to be a 3. The 5 is locked here. So this cannot be a 5. Because 5, one of these 5 is correct, right? So it has to be part of these two. So this has to be 1, 8, 1, 8 as the 2 digits, or let's hold on. This 2 cannot be here. It has to be in these two, which means the 2 has to be here, right? Correct? So if this were a 2, this would have to be 1, 8. And I would have 1, 5, 8 somewhere here. What can I have here? 2, 5, 8 because of the 1. 1, 2, 5, 8. 1, 2, 5, 8. So one of this will be here. The other one has to be there. Now, how do we proceed? 1, 8, 3, 4. Oh, 3, 4. So we can eliminate this. 9, 4. So that's my 4. So that becomes a 9. The moment I got this 9, I now know the 9 for column 3 is the incorrect one. And these two are the correct 2's. Right? So 8 is correct, 8. This has to be the 8. And 2 cannot be here, so this becomes a 2, which means this 2 has to be the correct one. And this is the incorrect. So this 2 is incorrect. And the 1 has to be correct. And if 2 is incorrect, 2 cannot be here. Neither can the 5 because the 5 is logged here. So I get a pair of 1 and 8. So this becomes a pair of 2 and 5 with a 1 8. This is an 8. This can be an 8. This is a 1. This is an 8. So this becomes a 5. This becomes a 1. And this becomes my 8. And I have 1, or rather 3, 3, 3. So what that means is this 1 has to be correct and this 3 is incorrect. Right? Because 3 cannot be here. So these 3 are the correct ones. So I require 175. But 1 cannot be here because I already got my 2 digits. 5 cannot be there. So that's my 7. So this becomes a 7. That's a 1 5 and a 1 5. So 2 is correct. 2 is correct. Obviously the third 2 has to be wrong, which makes this as the correct 8. This is wrong. This 4 is correct. 2 4s are correct. So this is wrong. This is correct. And yes, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 1, 6, one of these. That's perfectly fine. So 8 is correct, 5 is correct. Okay, 7 and 9. 9 cannot be here, 9 cannot be there. Sorry. This becomes a 9, which makes the other 9 in the opposite side as incorrect. So these two are correct. 8 is correct because it has come. So 5 is true, 8 is true. So this 1 is incorrect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has to be found out, right? Which makes this 1 as the correct one. So this 6 has to be correct. Because if this 6 is false, this 6 is false, this 1 is false, and this 1 is correct. 6. Alright, so this 6 is correct, which makes the 7 as false, and this 8 will be false. So I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. 1 is correct, 1 is correct. So the 1 has to be placed here. 1 and 8 are correct, so this will be 1 because 1 can't be here, can't be here. 8 can't be here, that's my 8. Now 4 cannot be here, so 4 has to be part of this because 4 is logged in these two, correct? So 4 is not here, 4 cannot be here, so 4 has to be here. So this is 1 3, 1 3 4, 1 3 4. 6 is again logged in these two. 8 is locked in these two. So this is a pair of 6 8 6 8 5 1 5. So this is a 3 4. That gives me a final 2 here. 3 4 7 3 4 7. Now the 3 4 in column 8 is logged in this. So this has to be a 7. This again becomes a 3 4. I can eliminate this 3. Now what next? 8 8 8 cannot be here. It has to be part of these two. Okay. 4 6. Okay. Let's see. 1 cannot be here. 2 cannot be there. 3 and 4 are locked here. 5 6 7 8. So this is our hidden single 9, which pushes the 9 here, and this gives me a 4 6. Correct? Sorry. but 6 is a positive here, so this is a 6, 4, 6. Clear? Which gives, this is 2, 3 and 7, so that's my 3, 2, 7, 2, 7. But the 2 is locked in box 2, so that's a 7, that's a 2, which means this will be 3, 4, 7. 3 cannot be here, 7 also can't be there, so that's a 4, 3, 7, 3, 7, and my 1 here. 5 is locked in these two. 5 can be here, it can be here because of this 5, so this is my 5, 5, 5, so 5 is locked in these two, so is the 4. So that's a pair of 4, 5, 4, 5. The 4 is locked in column 6, so that's a 5, and that's a 4. 5, 5, that's my 5, and the last digit here would be a 6. So here I have 2, 6, and 9. So that's a 2, 6, 2, 9, 2, 6, 9. And this will be 2, 6, 7, right? 2, 6 can be there, so that's my 7. This has to be a 2, 6 again. So missing numbers 2, 3, and 8. 2 can't be there, so that's a 3, 8, 2, 3, 8, 2, 8, because the 3 cannot be there. This is 1, 3, and 8. Okay, so the 8 cannot be here because I have a triplet of 1, 3, 8 here. So that becomes a 7, and this is my 8. Okay, we are nearly there to the close. So let's see. Now 8 cannot be in these three cells, right? So this has to be an 8 for me. So this is 1, 3, 4. 1 cannot be here, so this has to be a 1. This is a 3, 8. I can eliminate the 2 from there. So I have 1, 3, and 4. So this is okay. Yes. So you see how we use these outside clues. Now since we already got the 6 there, which means this 6 is true, right? So this is a false, this is a false, this will be a true, this is a false. So this is a true and this is a true digit. So 4 cannot be here. The 4 cannot be here. So this is a 4, which makes this a 3, 1, 4, 1, 3. That's a 6 and an 8. So that's an 8 and a 3. This again becomes my 8. So what are the missing layers? 3 and 4. 3 has to be in these. So that's a 7, that's a 3, that's a 9, that's a 7. So this becomes my 9, 2, 6, 2, 5, 2, 5, 6. 6 cannot be here. This is 2, 5. This again is a 2, 5. So I get a 6 here. 2, 6, 7. Now see how we use that last digit elimination. 7 has already been placed, so this has to be the correct 7, and this becomes a correct 5. And we eliminate this, right? And now, so since 5 cannot be in row 3, this has to be a 2, this becomes a 5, that's a 2, and that's a 5. And yes, finally we managed to complete it, and the system says it's correct. Phew, what a wonderful puzzle. I know it was a lengthy video, but believe me, this puzzle will definitely take time because it involves so much of elimination. I have added a link to the description of the website. So if you want to solve this online, go ahead, click on the link, try it out for yourself. And this is really a high pointer Sudoku. If I'm not mistaken, this constitutes about 125 points. So it's going to be an interesting Sudoku. If you did enjoy the video, do like, share it with your friends. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. And hopefully from the next video, we'll continue our series on the solving techniques for classic Sudokus. So, if you're taking part in this competition next weekend, good luck to you. Until the next time, happy solving.